Okay, we're talking about describing data, and our first question relative to that is right here, and it says the table below this table shows scores of a math test. Complete the frequency table for the math test scores. Well, here's the frequency table. The scores are listed, and the frequencies with which they occur are also listed in this column. The next question says to construct a histogram of the data. So histograms, the bars are adjoining and the items are listed in the horizontal axis. So here is our test scores. Here are our test scores. And here are the corresponding frequencies, and the bar goes up to the corresponding frequency. And that's our histogram. Now the next thing, it says construct a pie chart of the data. So I've done that, and here's the pie chart. And what I did, I drew a circle, broke it up into 24 segments because there's 24 student test scores, and there was 130 in the class, a score of 30, so that's 1/24. There were 4 50s, so that's 4 segments, 4 24ths. There were 3 60s, so that's 3 segments, 3 24ths, and so on. There were, looks like 6 70s, 5 80s, 2 90s, and 3 100s, and that completes it. Well, for this question, we have a group of adults, and they were asked how many children they have in their families. The bar graph to the right shows the number of adults who indicated each number of children. How many adults were questioned? Well, the frequency is corresponds to the number of adults who had the associated amount of children. So there were 5 adults who had no children, 0 children, 3 who had 1, so 3 and 5 is 8, then 4 that had 2, so now we have 8 plus 4 is 12. 2 adults had 3 children, so we had 12, now we have 14 adults, and finally 1 adult had 5 children, so that's 15 adults altogether. So A, how many adults were questioned? Well, it was 15 adults. And B, the question is, well, what percentage of the adults had 0 children? Well, there were 5 adults with no children, and 5 divided by 15 equals 1/3, which equals 33 1/3%. So for this question, we've got a pie chart that presents the percentage of voters that voted for the listed candidates, and the listed candidates are Nguyen, Jones, Brown, and McKee. And if 2,500 votes were cast, how many votes did Jones receive? Well, Jones received 64% of the votes, so 0.64 times 2,500 votes equals, and that product is 1,600 votes. And it's done.